General characteristics of group 15 elements. The elements in which the last electron enters the p orbital constitute the p block elements. They are placed in 13th to 18th groups of the modern periodic table. And the first member of the groups are boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and helium respectively. These elements have quite varied properties and this block contains nonmetals, metals and metalloids. Non-metallic elements of this group have more varied properties than metals. The elements of this block and their compounds play an important role in our day-to-day life. For example, without molecular oxygen, we cannot imagine the survival of living system. The most abundant metal, aluminium, and its alloy have plenty of applications ranging from household utensils to parts of aircraft. In this unit, we will discuss the properties of last four groups, that is group 15 to group 18 of p block elements, namely nitrogen, oxygen, halogens and noble gases and their important compounds. In the CBSE examination point of view, this chapter carries maximum weightage among all the four chapters in inorganic chemistry. You have to prepare for reasoning out questions and complete the equations. Now let's discuss about group 15 elements. Group 15 includes nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth and moscovium. As we go down the group, there is a shift from non-metallic to metallic character. Nitrogen and phosphorus are non-metals. Arsenic and antimony are metalloids. Bismuth is a typical metal and moscovium is a radioactive element. Moscovium was discovered in 2010 and it was named after the Moscow region where the Joint Institute of Nuclear Research is based. Occurrence of group 15 elements. About 78% of Earth atmosphere contains dinitrogen gas. It is also present in earth crust as sodium nitrate and potassium nitrates. The 11th most abundant element, phosphorus, exists as phosphate. The other elements, arsenic, antimony and bismuth, are present as sulfides and are not very abundant. The valence shell electronic configuration of group 15 elements is ns2np3. The s orbital in these elements is completely filled and p orbitals are half filled, making their electronic configuration more stable. The general trend of atomic and ionic radii in a group is that atomic size increases as we move down the group. This is because as we move down the group, new shells are consecutively added. The atomic radii also depends upon the shielding effect of inner shells. The extent of shielding effect goes on decreasing as S, P, D and F. So, in heavy elements like arsenic, antimony and bismuth of group 15, due to the presence of completely filled inner D subshell as well as F subshell in the case of bismuth, due to the poor shielding effect of inner subshell, the nucleus has tight hold on valence shell. So there is only marginal increase in their atomic size. In the case of phosphorus, it has only S and P subshells. We know S and P subshells have very good shielding effect. So they will not allow the nucleus to hold the valence electrons effectively. So the size of phosphorus is considerably increased. Ionization enthalpy is the amount of energy required to remove the most loosely bound electron in an isolated gaseous atom. Now let's see what happens to the ionization enthalpy as we move down the group. We know atomic size increases as we move down the group. So, effective nuclear charge on the valence electrons decreases. So, we can remove the valence electrons readily if atomic size is larger. Hence, ionization enthalpy value decreases as we move down the group. As expected, first ionization enthalpy value is lesser than the second ionization enthalpy value, which in turn is lesser than the third ionization enthalpy value. Now the next point is ionization enthalpy value of group 15 elements is much greater than that of group 14 elements. This is due to the extra stable half-fill PL orbitals electronic configuration of group 15 elements. Electronegativity is the tendency of an atom in a molecule to pull the shared pair of electrons towards itself. As we move down the group, atomic size gradually increases. So, electronegativity decreases as we move down the group. Among group 15 elements, nitrogen is the most electronegative element due to its smaller size. You may question why antimony and bismuth has same electronegativity value. This is due to the very poor shielding effect of f orbitals involved in bismuth. Now let's discuss about the physical properties of group 15 elements. Physical properties include physical state, metallic character, melting and boiling points, density and allotropy. If you take nitrogen, it exists as diatomic gas, whereas remaining elements are solids. As we move down a group, metallic character increases. This is because ionization enthalpy of these elements decreases as we move down the group due to increase in their atomic size. The next important question is why nitrogen does not show catenation. This is because nitrogen-nitrogen single bond is a weaker bond because of high inter-electronic repulsion of the lone pair of electrons. Now let's discuss about boiling point and melting point of group 15 elements. Boiling point of these elements increases as we move down the group. This is because atomic mass increases down the group. If you consider the melting point of group 15 elements, it increases from nitrogen to arsenic and then it steeps down to bismuth. Now let's study the melting point of each elements individually. If you take nitrogen, it has very low melting point since it exists as diatomic molecule. Melting point of phosphorus is greater than that of nitrogen due to their increase in atomic size. On the other hand, melting point of arsenic is very high. This is due to its giant layered structure in which the layers are closely packed. Although the atomic size increases from arsenic to antimony, there is a decrease in their melting points. This is because antimony has a layered structure, but it has low melting point than arsenic because of the relatively loose packing of atoms. If you take the melting point of bismuth is very less due to the loose packing of atoms by metallic bond. Next, the important topic, oxidation states. All the elements of group 15 have 5 electrons in their outermost orbit. They need only 3 electrons to complete their octet configuration. The octet can be achieved either by gaining 3 electrons or by sharing 3 electrons by means of covalent bonds. As a result, the common negative oxidation state of these elements is -3. As we move down the group, tendency to exhibit -3 oxidation state decreases. This is due to the increase in atomic size and metallic character. Group 15 elements also show positive oxidation states of +3 and +5 by forming covalent bonds. Due to the inert pair effect, the stability of +5 oxidation state decreases down the group, while that of +3 oxidation state increases. In the case of nitrogen, all oxidation states from +1 to +4 tend to disproportionate in acidic solution. This disproportionate reaction we have learnt in class 11 under redox reactions. We know disproportionate reaction is a type of redox reaction in which a particular element in a compound will be oxidized as well as reduced simultaneously. Here also, if you take nitrous acid, it is getting converted to nitric acid, water and nitric oxide. The oxidation state of nitrogen in nitrous acid is +3. When it is converted to nitric acid, the oxidation state of nitrogen in that is raised to +5. That is, nitrogen is getting oxidized. And when nitrous acid is getting converted to nitric oxide, oxidation state of nitrogen in nitric oxide is +2. So, the nitrogen is getting reduced. The next important point is why nitrogen cannot form NCl5, or nitrogen can show a maximum covalency of 4. This is because nitrogen has only s and p orbitals but no d orbitals in their valence shell. Hence, it has maximum covalency of 4, which is obtained by sharing its lone pair of electrons with another atom or ion. Whereas phosphorus and remaining elements can exhibit a covalency of 5 and a maximum covalency, also called expanded covalency, of 6. This is possible because of the presence of vacant d orbitals in their valence shell. Now let's move to the important section, that is anomalous properties of nitrogen. This part is very important for the reasoning out questions. The anomalous properties of nitrogen is due to its smaller size, high electronegativity, high ionization enthalpy and non-availability of d orbitals. Due to these properties, nitrogen differs from rest of the members of this group. The first difference is that nitrogen can form multiple bonds whereas other members cannot. This is due to the smaller size and high electronegativity of nitrogen. The second difference is that the nitrogen will exist as a diatomic molecule, whereas other members will exist as polyatomic molecule. The next property of nitrogen is inert in nature. This is because of its high bond dissociation enthalpy. In the examination point of view, this point is very important. They may ask why nitrogen is less reactive than phosphorus, or they may ask directly as why nitrogen is inert in nature. The next point of difference is nitrogen cannot form d pi p pi bond due to the absence of d orbitals, whereas the other elements can form d pi p pi bond. Now let us discuss about chemical properties of group 15 elements. First one is the reactivity towards hydrogen. All the elements of group 15 reacts with hydrogen to form hydrides of the type EH3. Here E can be nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony or bismuth. Now let us consider about the stability of these hydrides. The stability of these hydrides decreases from ammonia to bismuthine. This is because the central atom E increases in size down the group. We know hydrogen atom is smaller in size. So if there is a greater difference in size between the E and hydrogen, overlapping between the orbitals will not be effective. This accounts for the decrease in stability of hydrides as we move down the group. Hydrides of group 15 elements are strong reducing agents. That is, they give hydrogen atom readily. The reducing character of these hydrides increases from ammonia to bismuthine due to a decrease in the dissociation enthalpy of EH bond down the group. So, bismuthine will be the strongest reducing agent among all the hydrides of group 15 elements. Hydrides of group 15 also act as Lewis base due to the presence of a lone pair of electrons on the central atom. The basic character decreases down the group. This is because as we move down the group, size of the central atom increases. As the size of the central atom increases, the electron density gets dispersed over the large area of central atom. Hence, electron density decreases. This will decrease the electron releasing nature. The boiling point of hydrides decreases from ammonia to phosphine and then increases from phosphine to bismuthine. If you consider liquid ammonia, it has very high boiling point due to the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. From phosphine, boiling point gradually increases. This is due to increase in their molecular weights. These are the key points of hydrides of group 15 elements. In the examination point of view, this slide is very important. Now let's see reactivity towards oxygen. Group 15 elements reacts with oxygen to form two types of oxides, namely E2O3 and E2O5. Nitrogen shows a very strong tendency to form p pi bonds with oxygen. Hence, nitrogen forms a wide range of oxide. In the tabular column, you can see 5 stable oxides of nitrogen. The next important question is why bismuth can't form oxides in +5 oxidation state. This is because of inert pair effect. We have learnt inert pair effect in class 11. We'll just refresh it. If you consider the 6s2 electrons of bismuth. They are tightly held by the nucleus due to the poor shielding effect of 4f and 5d orbitals. So, the 6s2 electrons will not take part in bonding. Thus, in general, we say the reluctance of ns2 electrons to take part in bonding is called inert pair effect. The next point is that oxides in the higher oxidation state of an element are more acidic than that of the lower oxidation state. This is because when the atom is in its higher positive oxidation state, smaller will be its size and hence it has higher polarizing power. We know according to Fejan's rule, smaller the size of the cation, greater will be its polarizing power and hence it will have more tendency to pull up the electrons towards itself. Thus we say the acidic strength increases. So in turn we can say acidic strength of oxides of nitrogen increases from N2O3 to N2O5. Based on the same reason, we can also explain oxides of the type E2O3 of nitrogen and phosphorus are acidic, whereas arsenic and antimony are amphoteric, and those of bismuth is predominantly basic. The last topic is reactivity towards halogens. Group 15 elements combines with halogens to form halides of the type EX3 and EX5. All the trihalides of these elements are stable except those of nitrogen. Now you may question why nitrogen can't form stable trihalides. This is due to the larger difference in size between nitrogen and halogens. If you take nitrogen, they are smaller in size, whereas halogens are larger in size. So they cannot form a stable bond. So NF3 alone will be stable at room temperature. Now try to answer why nitrogen does not form pentahalides. This is due to the absence of a d orbital in its valence shell. The next point is pentahalides are found to be more covalent than the corresponding trihalides. This is because greater the positive oxidation state on the central atom, smaller will be its size and greater will be its polarizing power, which in turn will increase the covalent nature of bond formed between them. Thus, the covalent character of halides decreases from nitrogen to bismuth. Students, kindly practice these questions in your notebook.